what you do, and had no idea how to use it. And so we YouTubed, we got on some chat rooms, and we are successful. So let's see, what do we start? Oh, well, this is what we work with: wood, leather, acrylic, leatherette, glass, coated metals, and slate to start with. A lot of times we tell people, what can't we do? And we do a lot of corporate organizations, clubs, teams, and a lot of custom orders. So,
okay. So this is me now. Okay. Yeah, public speaking is not a forte of mine. So before I get started, we're just going to do a fun little thing. Take 1 minute and look under your chair. Everyone look under your chair. Let me know who has a red bow. Woo! Lady in the...
Winner, winner!
We'd like you to come perform with us. No, I'm kidding. Yeah. So you get a beanie to keep your head warm and a certificate for Firelight laser design. Yeah, and you get to keep the red bow. Thank you. Yes. Okay. We just have fun doing that kind of stuff. So I want to talk a little bit about the businesses that support us and support local. Some of these are not local businesses, but we still love them. So if you see any of these businesses, if you go in there, thank them for supporting local. Our PowerPoint is a little different. Our product kind of speaks for itself. We have very high expectations of our quality of items. Some of the local businesses we have done work for, signs, lot of hats. Probably 2 years into our journey, we thought, okay, we're doing this pretty good. We want to add some tumblers and some, round items. So we went ahead and bought a second laser from a guy here in town. And started doing more promotional products for corporate offices, gifts, client gifts. And that has been going very well. Teams and organizations, we were born and raised right here in Grants Pass. So our local nonprofits and schools hold a very big place in our hearts, so we do a lot of business with those kind of things.
And a lot of donations.
A lot of donations, yeah. And we do a lot of vendor fairs, mainly just to get our name out there. We're not expecting to make millions at a vendor fair, but it's so fun to get out there and talk to people. And talking one-on-one with people, we can do all day long. Talking in front of a room of people with a microphone, not so much. So, okay, next. I'm finding I timed my slides a little too slow for as fast as I'm talking. Okay, so we're just going to kind of blow through these. We do awards, medals. We're getting into like acrylic plaques and stuff like that for organizations. We probably started mainly with earrings. If you mess up earrings, you only mess up this much wood, and wood is so expensive. And then we kind of started getting custom orders in. We still do a lot of custom orders, but we are gearing more towards the corporate world. And we have a website coming very, very soon. We have a meeting this weekend for it, so hopefully when you connect that, and that's our link tree, you will soon see our website pop up on that. So I
think most of our business has been word of mouth and social media, and so we're on, Facebook and Insta, and but word of mouth has been just golden for us. We have people all the time come up and say, so-and-so told me, or we have a little boutique in our warehouse up on the north end of town, and people walk in all the time. It's kind of hidden, and people always joke that they say they're never going to tell anybody about it because it's their secret store. And, you know, that's not good for us,
Yeah,
but
please
it's
tell
a very
people.
kind
Yeah.
thing. So, anyway, and I think, yeah, and by the way, once we got hooked on lasers, we sold all our chairs and tables. Those are so heavy to lug around. So earrings and hats are much lighter. So that
Name
dissolved.
tags.
Yeah, name tags. We do a ton of those. So I think that's what we got.
Can we laser all metals? With the machine we have, it needs to be a painted surface or a powder-coated surface. But other than that, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we would love to have the machine that we need for that, but, you know, so if anybody has one laying around, we would gladly take it off your hands. But yes.
Can you laser cut balsa?
Balsa, yes, we
Yes,
can.
we
Yeah. We always like to ask people if they bring something in. We had a guy come in. He made this nice little box for his girlfriend and wanted us to engrave on it. And, you know, we just tell people, please bring a sample piece of that wood so that we can get our settings, you know, honed in on our machine.
So we have a business of Mountain Blossom Bees, and they actually did our logo in cork, wasn't it? It was cork. And we got it for hats, and boy, did we sell those as soon as we got them. They were just like hot commodities. And so, yeah, they're really, really good. And their turnaround time was insane. So I've been telling everybody about them, too. So.
yes, here they are right here.
Oh, there they are, right there.
Yeah. Yeah. We are not photographers either, but,
they
you know,
look good.
so.
I noticed you have the Oregon National Guard there a couple of times and the association as well. In case you are pursuing more government contracting, if you start noticing it might make a difference, and you'll know because you'll see it in the contract documents and RFP documents, there is a free certification available through the state for a women business enterprise. I'm assuming you are 100% owners of the entire thing. So that certification is free. It is a process, it involves paperwork, but it may help you stand out. If you're pursuing private sector contracts, if you're pursuing huge clients like Kroger, they also look at that certification. But if you're looking at things smaller than Kroger, it may be sufficient to self-report as a woman-owned business. But for government contracting, there are no hard goals, but it makes them feel warm and fuzzy when they report to the government that, you know, they've worked with diverse suppliers. And I can help connect with that.
Okay, thank you. We will pick your brain about that. Yeah.
And by the way, we do a lot for Delta Company, which is in Merlin, and they are deployed right now, so keep them in your thoughts.
Anybody else?
What would you guys like to do from here?
I would love to add more machines, but we would need our neighbors to move out in the warehouse next door so we could spread out a little bit.
I think most importantly is knowledge in our community that we exist. Just thinking of us, keeping us in your thoughts if you run across somebody that you think might use our services. And yes, a bigger warehouse, that would be awesome. That would be great.
Just a quick question. Do you have competition?
Oh,
We just met TJ
there.
in here.
Where's
He
TJ?
does
There he
laser work.
is. Yeah. You know, we run into people all the time that there's a ton of people with
There's
laser
tons.
machines, ton of people. What we've kind of found, everybody kind of has their own look, their own style, you know, and we work well with others because you can't own everything and do everything. So,
What's your square footage total in the warehouse now?
800.
And what would be ideal for warehouse space?
Oh, we have
you? Other
we
than kick the
have
neighbor out.
somebody that has a warehouse that keeps saying, "Hey, I can get you in there tomorrow." But our bookkeeper is a little stingy, so we have very good rent. We've ran with our event company. We used to run 2-3 events a weekend, for hundreds of people, and we had the box truck and we had everything stored in there. So remarkably, we make good use of that space.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh.
So I see you too. How many more are there? Do you have employees? You're doing this all yourself? Oh, wow. So that would help you scale, actually.
I don't think we want to go there.
I don't think. Yeah. At this point, I don't think we want to go there. We can crank some stuff out. So
Right.
we're good on that in that respect.
What is something you guys have made that you never thought you would make? Like, what is something, we all see this stuff and we all know this stuff, but what is the one thing you guys have made that you went, oh, okay, let's give it a go?
Wow. If we could count the times that we'll have somebody come in and say, hey, can you do this? And wheels start turning, and it's like, okay, well, yes, we can figure that out. There's so many things that we've, and I think there's so many things
Yes.
that we keep adding every day. Well, thanks.
Yes. I think, like, originally we had this in our plan because we did a lot of decor for our event business. So our initial idea was to be able to do signage because we did all, like, handwritten and that's very time consuming. So we thought this would be a cool thing to add. We never actually had in our mind to make earrings, and it's really a small portion of what we do, but people know us by them. And we just decided to make a few just to practice using our laser, and then we started getting people asking. Like right now, you can find them at Rare Finds on the corner of 6th and G. She carries our earrings, and then Uptown Salon. So we've had them at various places here and there. So, yes.
I think that's one of the hardest things we do. Like when we set up at Art Along the Rogue, we always have people come in and go, oh, you like resell this, don't you? You just order it in and resell. And it's like, no, that's painful. We design and I mean, did I make this? No, I did not make the metal, but we design and engrave and all that. So it's so that was one of the things we did, made a sign. Yeah. Oh yeah, you have to have the mic.
First of all, I think you both are fantastic. You're such a great vibe, and I love the energy and the sisterhood. It's all wonderful.
Thanks.
I have one fun question and one very practical question, so I'll go practical first.
Okay.
What's the largest you can print on? Because I'm looking at this wood palette in front, and I'm wondering, scale art-wise, how big can you go?
Do you want me to answer? You want to answer?
One of our machines is 22 by 36 in one cut, but it has flow through. So we can, do part of the design, mark it, slide it through, and continue. So we have done like larger scale pieces. It's not as fun as one and done, but we can do it. Yeah. Oh,
the fun question, yeah.
And the fun question is, what do you both love about doing this?
Well, okay, so we have tossed around like, hey, you know how much money we'd save a year if we just separated our machines and worked from our individual homes? And then it's like, oh, we have so much fun in the warehouse every day. And it's just creating, and I think that stems from our event world and probably our parents passing that on, creating and art and all that stuff. And I think that was the biggest thing with the event world, that we missed creating the centerpieces and the floral pieces and just the whole room layout. And now we still get to use that creative
Right. Coming up with the
mindset.
ideas, and we are, I think I tend to come up with more ideas, and then I say, go. And she knows how to throw it together.
So what you guys have is really special. Do you think of, are you contemplating kind of succession? Like, are you doing this to a certain point and then you want to give it off to somebody else? What are your thoughts on that?
That's a possibility. My son right now is serving in the Air Force, and he just had a baby. His unit was deploying, so they kept him home so he could be there for the birth. They stuck him behind a laser. And so he's like, Mom, when I get home, because it is addicting, right, TJ? It's addicting.
And when we say stuck him behind a laser, they said, hey, soldier, come sit here. You've got like 3 days to create this thing. He had never touched a laser before, so he calls his mom, as any good boy should. Mom, I need help. I don't know how to, So he pulled it off, and now he's their main guy. So that's kind of fun. But he's got incredible machines. Oh my gosh. So.
Yes.
Okay. Anybody else? No. Okay. Oh yes. Oh that.
What can we, as a one MC community, do for you?
Help us get our name out there. So we just recently, I think my Facebook got hacked, and I don't know if it was my fault or whatever. I think I got hacked by who, I don't know. But since I'm an admin on our Facebook page got froze too. So,
Yes, we had to recently start a new one.
Yeah.
And I think we just said currently we have a website in the works, but it's been slow coming. So, word of mouth, and follow us, and we'll be back here because we love this group.
Yeah.
Thank you for inviting us.
Yeah. I'm going to say one super quick thing before that orange cup happens. So today happens to be Linda's birthday. So I brought morning cupcakes. Take one if you want. It's early, I know, but take one for lunch. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, guys. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Linda. Happy birthday to you.
Yay! I wouldn't want to be anywhere else almost. We thought we were going to have to fight for
By the way, we do tumblers and mugs too.
Yes.
Just putting that out. Oh my goodness, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you both so much. Thanks for being here today. Big hand for our new inductees into the Orange Mug Club. Yes, you can only get one of these orange mugs by standing on this stage, being brave, and sharing your business. So please reach out. Let Kim know, let me know, let anybody know that you would like to do this. Speak up here, share your business, share your organization, whatever it may be. We are going to transition now into our second speaker. So please do not go anywhere. Grab some coffee, say hello to your neighbors. We'll be right back.
get your name. I guess what I do, I'm doing whatever I can to get you out there and support you. And I love what you're doing for that team. It's not done enough. So I appreciate it in my heart.
All right, find your seats.
Yep, you're welcome. All right, everyone, we're getting ready for our second presenter. Oh, you can stay up here, John, if you want. Thank you, thank you. I love all the enthusiasm and the connections that are happening in the room. It's very inspiring. Inspires me to be here every Wednesday, and then it's one of those things I look forward to on Sunday. I prep for it, and then Tuesday night I'm super excited and I can't hardly sleep. So we have a presenter that I shared a little bit about, but I wanted to talk to you about connections. And I work with Amy at So Ready, and we have a trail here from So Ready, and so this isn't possible without the community partners in the room. We've got City of Grants Pass representing, Visit Grants Pass, Main Street. Not just about Grants Pass, but from all over our community in the Rogue Valley. We are one Rogue. But this wouldn't be possible without those connections. We've got Kat Bonnie here with a project. We've got Kim who displays at the hall. Like, all of us are interconnected. It's not me. It's not Trev. It's not that. It's all of you that are making it happen. And I just still can't say enough. I was a judge at an SOU event, and I knew Jon was out there because of Terrell. And so I have this thing. I didn't think I asked Jon this, but my thing is I walk up and go, hey, what's your deal? Like, what do you do? And people go, oh, I don't know. Okay, and then we talk. So anyway, Jon and I had a conversation, parking lot conversation, not a coffee shop. And I realized just what an incredible human he is, but what he's doing to support Latino community that are often underrepresented in the golf world. And so that just kind of touched on my heart, because that's the work that we all should be doing. And then also the product is just incredible. So I am really happy to present Jon Madera with Buena Gente Golf, and I will let him take you on a journey. Thank you.
How's everybody doing? I'm glad. All right, Buena Gente Golf. I'll start a little bit with my background because I'll give you a little more context as to how this started. Of course, the slides don't work. Just my luck. So there was this one time, just kidding. I don't have a story. I don't know why this isn't. There we go. Gonna have to fake it. Gonna have to fake it like this. Does it work like this? Yeah, sure. All right. Thank you for your patience, everyone. Jonathan. Most people call me Jon, and I am a creative director. What I like to do is I like to use diverse methods, be it video, photography, content, anything, to be able to convey your message or your story to the audience that you'd like to target. And I love to evoke powerful emotions. And I do that through, as I mentioned, it could be any type of storytelling. I love to do that where it just like awakens this, oh my God, this is for me, or this product was born for me. So I take a lot of pride in doing that. I've been doing web design, actually started out as a web designer about 19 years ago, that developed into visual design, UX, UI, and then product designer. The past 8 years, I was in leadership where I was hiring, mentoring, and leading design teams. And again, product design is anything from web apps, web design, and mobile app design. I've done cartography, which is, what the maps look like. You'd be amazed to all the work that goes into defining the color of a road versus the color of a freeway versus the color of a highway. It's crazy. So I worked on in-car head units that were used, or features for in-car head units that were used to sign really big deals with Toyota and GMC, and that was really awesome. I worked on a smart TV app for the elderly that won a CES award for innovation in 2015. I am a certified workshop facilitator, so I design and I tailor workshops based on your needs for the company that you work for or the team that you lead. That could be from a couple of hours to 3-day workshops. So there are leadership workshops, brand strategy, design sprints, brainstorming, all types. And then brand identity, I've been doing that since, 20 years or so. And apparel design. I started with apparel design because when I started getting into leadership, I was doing less design work, more of the managing, and I just felt that disconnection from the creative world. And there were things that I liked that I didn't feel were represented through apparel. So my dad's salsa music from the 70s, the 80s, they had the coolest expressions. Like, those were the original bad boys, and they were the rebels at that time, and they would say such cool things, and I was like, it'd be so cool to have these expressions on shirts, but nobody does that. And if they do, like, we'd go to a salsa festival or something like that, it was just like, you could tell it's typed out. As a designer, as a creative person, I was like, there needs to be a little more intention behind these things, and that's when I started to do my own brand, and that was mayo ketchup. Mayo ketchup is something we use with fried foods in Puerto Rico, right? Obviously, we dress it up with more things like garlic and other spices, but over time, people would just ask me, what's this? What's mayo ketchup? Why'd you choose mayo ketchup? I got tired of explaining it, so I changed the name to Buena Gente brand. Buena Gente means good people. I always felt that that was an expression that really encapsulated the type of people that we are. We're fun, high energy, and we bring a lot of good vibes to any occasion. So when I was 14, I was raised in New York. And when I was 14, my dad said, I'm retiring, we're moving to Puerto Rico. And in Puerto Rico, I kept hearing the expression amongst my friends in high school, oh, he's Buena Gente, that guy's Buena Gente, this person's Buena Gente. And I just always liked the way that rolled off the tongue, that expression, and plus what it means. So that's when my passion project, once I moved here to Medford, I live in Medford, 3 years ago, I was doing a little research, and I was like, wait a second, is there anything for Latinos in the golf space? And desk research, which is light research, right? I didn't go too deep into it, but that's when I started noticing that there wasn't any representation for Latinos in the golf space, and much less a clothing line. So what started out as a project turned into this passion of mine, and it's completely taken over my life. Yes. So this is a video that I directed, and I had a friend, amazing videographer. And although I'm not in Puerto Rico, I did want to transmit the vibe to people, where I was like, I just wanted to feel like you're having a good time rather than keeping the score, judging somebody's swing or how they look or what, how they're dressed. And basically, that's exactly what we did with a few friends. I'm pulling a wagon full of drinks, which is not what you do in a golf course, but the idea is to kind of break those barriers of what golf is known for or how you should respect the game, and that is something that I try to maintain. We want to respect the game, and we do, and we're not breaking any rules. We just want to add a little spice and flavor and a little more fun to what it is. So the mission, funny thing is, I've been doing this for 2 years. I started in August 2022. Up until, I think it was last month, being a designer, I never had brand colors identified. I didn't have a mission statement. I didn't have, very little effort was put towards my own brand, but I do all of this stuff for other people. And so my mission, Kim, you forced me into getting a mission for this. But I always have different ideas as to what Buena Gente is, and I always had a really hard time kind of bottling it up in a message. And so this mission hits a few different things, and I'll walk through it. Anna, I just met Annie. A great deal of pressure, because when I met her just today, she was like, keep it to 6 minutes. I'm like, I don't think I'm going to be able to, Annie. I'm sorry. Buena Gente Golf breaks down golf's aristocratic and exclusive barriers. I'll stop there because a lot of times, even in my own experience, when I was golfing, I'm a casual golfer. I'm not a good golfer. but there were times where, and there was this one specific time, as any beginner golf would do, I left my club in the previous hole, went to go get it, somebody that was gonna tee off, a younger kid. He gave me the club, and I said, hey, thanks, bro. And he said, bro. And for me, that caused such a shock for me. And I stopped playing for about 6, 7 years because that was the clear divide between what a golfer is, what he looks like, and how he is, and me, like the person I am. So that was a big kind of a turnoff, but I used that to create this brand that I have now. Bringing our culture's high energy, fun-loving vibes to the sport while showcasing our style and charisma through high-quality pieces. Now, I'll talk about this a little more later on, but high-quality pieces that not only represent us, but the attention to detail that we deserve. I feel like as Latinos, we feel, because it's for Latinos, it's made by a Latino, the quality's just not as good, and I try to put as much attention into my pieces, into every little thing I do, as much as possible. And people have told me, there's a difference between your brand and XYZ, when in my brain, I see those other brands as much more established and higher quality than mine. But a lot has to do with the attention to detail that I put in things. Even the photography, my buddy back there, professional photographer Ezra, he's done the photography for almost everything I do, and I mean, he's well known in the Valley. He shoots for Southern Oregon Magazine and a bunch of other things. You guys should check him out. But even that is something that elevates, you know, the presence that we have in the golf space. So that's really the mission. What I'm here to do is to disrupt. Right here, the first image is a golf jersey, a baseball jersey made for golfers. So I'm always trying to think outside of the box and do something that's a bit different. So this was the second jersey I did that sold out almost immediately after the drop. The second thing is innovation. I try to always, as I mentioned, do things a bit different. This is a teaser. This is not done yet, but this is a prototype of a golf glove I did, and it has a pinky ring. So the pinky ring is silicone. It's stitched on there. I posted this as a teaser, and people were like, give me 10 of them. Give me 20 of them. And that was posted 2 years ago, and I have yet to develop it. So if anybody has the question, connect me to a golf glove manufacturer. No, I've talked to a few. They say 3,000 is a minimum of golf gloves. Which seems to be standard, but that honestly just, it went bananas, and I still have people asking me, when are you gonna drop these golf gloves? And then unbreakable, unshakable faith that it is gonna work out. I hear so many negative things, and a lot comes from here, myself. But again, most of my polos have this guayabera pattern, which is very traditional in Latino culture. Some people call them Mexican wedding shirts. Some call them Cuban shirts. Others call them bowling shirts, right? But they have that pattern that runs along the sides of the shirt, actually in the front. And really what I wanted to do is very nicely, and actually Terrell, my buddy back there, he's wearing the polo. Look at, we did not plan this. We didn't plan it, but that's my, thank you, bro. I appreciate you so much. Yeah. Could you model for us? Look at that. G'd up from the feet up. That's what they say. Let me take a swig of this right here because I got cotton mouth. It's the nerves. Thanks, Toro. That hat he has sold out twice. Got big orders, sold them out twice, and then I got a third drop of the hat with the black ones and blue ones. And now the yellow one doesn't sell as much because black in anything you do is gonna sell the most and the quickest. So I sold out of the black ones, restocked that. And those polos, really cool, fun story, which is, I put the polos with the word faith because I just had the belief, the firm belief that I would sell out of these in a heartbeat. It didn't happen in a heartbeat, but I sold out of them. But here's a slide of the opportunity that there is for a Latino brand in the golf space. There's $1.67 billion generated in 2024 in the apparel industry. 7.5 of that audience of golfers is made up of Latinos, and that keeps growing. It's a very diverse audience. The Asian audience is booming right now. And actually, streetwear, Asia is what made golf streetwear really popular. Over there, it's insane. It's wearing a golfer's sweater like this is like if you were wearing some type of Louis Vuitton or something now. So it's really interesting what the golf industry is doing in that shift that they're making. And then $3.6 trillion in buying power for Latinos. They have money, they want to spend it. I love this quote at the bottom: U.S. Hispanics buy brands that empower their cultural relevance, and they like to see themselves reflected in things that interest them or in products that they buy. So the spend power is incredible, it's tremendous. We just have to give them things that they want and they could see themselves reflected in. Some of the success: 6 months after I started, I got a booth in the PGA show. I had no business being there, zero. I had a booth, I had 2 prototypes of polos. I was buried way in the back by the restrooms. There was huge brands covering me, and I couldn't stop the foot traffic coming to my booth. It was just insane. And so there were people from Sunday Golf, which is big, and Cobra Puma, that were like, people were sending us this way, and really big brands. Vice Golf, I met the CEO that way. And then 3 days later, I was featured in Golf Digest as one of the new brands to look for in 2023. And so, let's see. Oh, supporters, celebrities supporting the brand. You can see Victor Cruz. He won an NFL championship with the New York Giants, wearing my sweater. He's a big-time golfer, and for him to wear my sweater was insane, like blew my mind. Mark Anthony invited me, or his foundation invited me out there to sponsor his event. That was magical. It was awesome. JJ Barea, he's not here. He was a point guard for the Dallas Mavericks. He's Puerto Rican. He had a tournament in Puerto Rico. I flew out there, and I had everybody fitted with that yellow hat. When I got there, I was like, nobody's gonna wear this, because a golfer lays out their outfit a day before and their hat matches. But when I got out of the clubhouse and everybody was in the driving range and practicing, and that sea of yellow hats was insane. I felt, I still get chills, honestly, thinking of that. And then I did a video that went viral. After 2 years of being or operating, I'd never explained the why I did it, never explained the significance behind the hands, the grip. And I did the video, and it blew up, went viral, and that's when I sold out of everything. Unfortunately, last year, financially wasn't great. I couldn't get that money and reinvest it. Therefore, there were a lot of angry people, like saying, why are you promoting this brand? You're sold out. When are you gonna restock? And it was tough for me to restock. With that traction, I had the faith that I would sell out again. Unfortunately, I went into business with somebody in Medford and got frauded for $7,000, and that sent me back a lot more. So I still couldn't deliver the goods. So there's been highs and lows, but I feel like everything happens for a reason. So I just recently restocked. The bottom picture, I was invited by the PGA to be a panelist for Hispanic Heritage Month and talk to all their employers. So that was really, really cool. And something I didn't think was not on my bingo card was to model for Vice Golf. They invited me, from the attention I got in the brand, they invited me to LA. And if you go to vicegolf.com or something, you see my face in the apparel section. It's just cool opportunities, What's next? I'm looking to raise some cash to give people what they want. A lot of, I would say from that one video that went viral, that one video, I got 10,000 followers, and a lot of them are females, and a lot of the orders that came in were females. They were buying for their husbands. But what I tell a lot of people is Latinas are not shy to tell you what they want. So they were, where's the women's line? Where's the women's line? Where's the women's line? I was bombarded with that. So I was able to get in contact with the designer for Bad Birdie. She's the only designer that does all their women's line. If you don't know Bad Birdie, they're pretty huge. And she designed my women's line. I need cash to drop that women's line. Looking for advisors, proper collection to drop. Probably not this year already. Looking for something, a big release in 2026. And different people, I just put distributor there. It'd be great to have business folks, strategizers, distributors, all different types of people. I've been doing this alone for 2.5 years, and I don't know what I'm doing. I really don't know what I'm doing. I took a leadership course 2 years ago, and one of the things that they told us is be authentic about your inauthenticities, and that has helped me a lot in my creative space, because I just focus on that. All the other stuff, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't care about it. I really don't. And it'd be great to partner with people that can put me in a position where that creativity could just, I could focus on what I do best. That's it. Questions? I know I spoke a lot more than 6 minutes. I'm sorry. But anyway, thank you, Kim. And happy birthday.
Thank you, Jon. I think we all agree that you're a special human up there communicating your story. I appreciate all the thought and intention you put into everything. I'm wondering if you've gone to or thought about doing a pre-sale on any items. I've helped with a number of brands, and oftentimes when you're short on capital, but you need to get those things sold, pre-sales are the easy way to go.
Yeah.
Have you done any of that yet?
Yeah, I've done a few pre-sales. Pre-sales are easier when I'm printing things stateside. So things like this, T-shirts, I could do pre-sales. For other things that I need to buy in bulk, it's not possible. And so sometimes when you're strapped with money, it's tough to get these ideas out. Excuse me. But pre-sales have worked well. They have worked really, really good. But I did a pre-sale for a sweater, actually. Let me see if I could go back. That's my son. He's wearing that sweater that I did a pre-sale in. I did it in December. That didn't do as well. I still sold out of them this month. But I did a pre-sale last month. And, of course, you have to buy a big, bulk order for that. I think it's because of Christmas. Everybody kind of had their money allotted to different things. And, again, without a strategist telling me you probably shouldn't drop something in the middle of December, I just did it. And I'm kind of like last-minute type of person. I'll do it. But to answer your question with a super long-winded answer, I have done pre-sales. They're great. But I'd like to do more of the on-course wear, polos, like proper, more formal stuff, and that's tough to do pre-sales in. But it's still possible. Yeah.
I was thinking more for the glove than anything else.
Oh yeah.
Because I feel like you could easily do a campaign for the glove.
Another thing that I've learned in my experience as a designer, and I always used to tell my design teams this: people do not read. Nobody reads. So when I do a pre-sale and I say it's gonna ship in 6 weeks, a week later people will be like, "Where's my sweater?" And it's like, dude, I put it everywhere. It's in the email, it's in the Instagram posts, it's on the website, but people don't read that much, and it sometimes requires more effort for me to respond to a lot of these messages. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, thank you for your presentation. Continuing in the pre-sale or getting the cash to fund the batch upfront, have you considered Kickstarter? I know Kickstarter campaigns are not cheap, but the Kickstarter target customer will wait for years for a perfect cooler. Yeah. I've waited for months for the watch that I wanted. That just was a gimmick. Still, got it. I resold it, but... and it's not the pre-sale idea. It's covered very well in Timothy Ferris's book, 4 Hour Workweek. I don't like that book. I don't endorse it. But the idea of pre-sale, like, it has its own chapter on it. Yeah. And he talks about a product that he was just considering doing, not even, to separate out the folks who say they'll buy it versus those who are willing to front some of the purchase. Yeah. So have you considered a Kickstarter campaign?
I have considered it, and then somebody told me it's a great deal of work, like a lot. And sometimes it works to your advantage, and sometimes it doesn't. And that was one of those things that I was like, okay, I heard enough. I'm not going to do it. But there are some other websites. I forgot what they are. And each one employs like a different method to fund things. Kickstarter is still an option for me. I think the thing that has kept me from that is that so many people, there's no shortage of people that want to help out one way or another. And I'm like, well, that's an easier route than to put a whole production for a video and this and that and how to raise the funds. Just work with people that are willing to invest. I could be wrong. I know about it, I've heard it, but I just don't have an answer right now. But thank you.
I'll give you the mic here in a second. Jon, thank you for your message. I want to be Latina. I want to be part of what you're doing. I wanted to know who is your team? Who is your tribe that you're bringing together to make this happen? Because those partners are going to be the ones that either infuse you with cash, or they're going to free you up to be more creative, which will create more things that are beautiful. So, who is your tribe?
I am in the process of putting that together. There's a book called Think and Grow Rich, which I'm sure most people here have heard or read it. And it talks about putting a mastermind group together. And I'm trying to put that mastermind group together. There's a guy up in Portland who is a finance guy for a VC, and he's like, I'm more than happy to be an advisor for your company. One of my ex-bosses just sold his company for $400 million, and he said, I'm happy to be your CEO coach. So it's just like putting these experts in place around me so that, to what you said, like I can focus at what I'm good at. And so I am in the process of doing that. But I'd love to meet and get to know more people and be able to continue to surround myself with that. Fashion designers or apparel designers, although I'm a designer, I am a digital designer. So I'm learning as I go when I'm doing a hat or a polo, and so to answer that, I'm slowly building a group or a team, but I'm always open for even the other option, which is like a company that brings all of those things, So just I'm at a place where I'm very open to anything and everything. Just trying to be fluid. Thank you for the question, though.
I love that. Segueing off of that, I do have an introduction that I can help you make with gloves. I have ex-boyfriend who went down that whole road and created a glove and got it off the ground, and it's been a long road. And so I feel like adding to your tribe, somebody, I mean, he's failed more times than he's succeeded with it, but it would be such a great, and also Latino, and like went that whole route. He's in Arizona, so I would love to make that introduction, and you can pick his brain. So, but again, props to you for admitting that what you don't know and surrounding yourself with those people, and don't ever hesitate to ask for that help. I think that's the biggest thing I've learned in my journey.
Thank you so much. Thanks in advance. Joel.
Oh yeah, wepa. So appreciate you representing. This is really great being able to see it. Marta mentioned something earlier about kind of certification program that the state has for women entrepreneurs, women businesses. They have similar programs too for people of color. So it is a process. It's really annoying. It took a long time to show that I was Blaxican and I owned a couple businesses, but like I did get that certification, so that would be an important, like a good thing to do.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you've checked that out yet. It is a chore. It's one of those things that you actually have to spend time and maybe even when you get a little bit of capital, bringing on a VA or something like that, because I actually did that in order to do it because it got too annoying for me. So I just thought.
Oh, thank you. I'll get the deeds from you later. We're close enough. I'll repeat the...
Jon, I love your logo. What have you done to protect it? I don't see a TM or a circle
In the
R.
process. So it's a 8-month process. And 3 months ago, I was able to finalize the payment for the trademark to be done, not only for the logo, but also the name Buena Gente Golf.
Is it a registered trademark? Is it federal trademark?
I'm not even sure, honestly.
Yeah. I would make sure you
Yeah.
put at least a TM
Yeah.
on everything.
I heard that once you go into the process, you can already put a TM. So thanks for the reminder. I'll definitely
Yeah, actually,
add
when
that
you
in there.
file for a registered trademark, you
Yeah.
can have a TM on
Yeah.
the sample you said, but you should have on that shirt and everything else because it's great and somebody's going to
Thank
grab
you.
it.
Thank you. Thank you. Yep. Keep that in mind. Appreciate it.
Mike's a wealth of information over here, by
Yeah.
the way. Just sharing
Awesome.
that.
I have to say something. Your story is beautiful.
Thank you.
I hope you believe in yourself as much as we probably all believe in you.
It's a struggle.
I know
It's
it
a
is.
struggle.
As
Thank
a
you.
female, a white
Appreciate it.
female growing up in this valley, I will simply tell you, the jobs I've had, I understand.
Yeah.
So believe in yourself because your story is beautiful, and I'm glad you took the 12 minutes to do it.
Thank you for making me laugh. You were gonna make me cry, and then you made me laugh. Come on, Amy. We just met.
That's perfect. That's the idea, right? That's a lot of emotion inside
What
of that.
a roller coaster.
But I believe in yourself because you
Thank
can
you.
do this. You are surrounded by some great people.
Thank you.
Share your story. It's amazing.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. 12 minutes. You heard it.
John, you had a slide up there that mentioned it. I'm moving around as I
yeah.
talk. But how can we as a community help you?
Connections. My new friend here just spoke of a connection. She has a connection here. Just anybody and everybody that has a bit of information that they feel is useful, please reach out. I have a few business cards. I'm sorry I didn't put my information up here. And I brought only a handful of ball markers also for whoever golfs. I did a little ball markers in a seasoning packet because bringing the seasoning to golf. But yeah, really, it's just I'm totally open to anything and everything. I always tell people, talk to me like you're talking to a kindergartner. That's how I take in information, and I'm just very, very open to all the help that I can get. Just because this has legs. People have told me that. There are, I went to Mark Anthony's event, and the VP of content for PGA never met this guy, never knew him. He had my polo on all the way over there in Miami. And then somebody that works for him was like, this guy's crazy about your brand. He has your sticker. When he talks to the chairman of PGA, he's got it front and center. And so I have a lot of people in really, really high positions in this world of golf that know about it. It has legs. I just don't know what to do next, honestly. It's as, yeah. And you know, that's another thing I have a ton of stories. There's not a shortage of people that say, we want to help you, but when it comes to actually doing the help, that's a whole different game. It's a whole different game. So, yeah, write me that check. Yeah, that it? We good? Thank you, though. We good? Thanks, everyone. Thank you. Thank you.
Trev loves this piece. Look at this.
Oh, snap. Thank you.
Ah.
Appreciate it. Do I have questions?
Hey, big hand for John. John, thank you for sharing your cultural pride with this group. I think it's so important to bring that and share that and be proud of that. And your story is amazing. I would love to see, it's beautiful. You're obviously an incredible designer and have great taste, and I'd love to see this continue to grow. Me too. So, big hand, John, yeah. Okay, we ran a little long, so I'm going to keep this brief. But what I will tell you is tomorrow, no, it's not your fault. We were all just talking. Tomorrow, we have a pitch contest tomorrow here, 6 p.m. Come if you have something to pitch, if you want to watch some pitches, if you want to learn about pitching, if you want to practice pitching. We have pitch opportunities for all. You will have a good time. Please come, 6 p.m. tomorrow night. Kim, you have an announcement.
An announcement that I would like to share with the room. One, there is a side campaign going on to help support John that I haven't shared with him yet. I will share later. I'm a contributor. I'm going to donate. I will share more later. Also, we are very pleased, Marta is privy to this information. We're bringing Latino founders to our region. It's going to be hosted in Medford. It's never been done before. Juan Barraza, a really special friend of mine, Gabriel Flores, who I've connected with Jon. We're going to offer Pitch Latino in Medford on June 12th. Super stoked, super excited. Jon will be one of our featured presenters. So if you know anyone from the Latino community who is interested, please let me know. But it will be June 13th. It includes a boot camp. The other thing is it launches these folks into the community of VCs and angel investors and funders and that. So it's a big thing. So anyway, I'm just really pleased to bring it to our region.
And Joel, I think, I don't want to get the term wrong, but I think Blaxicans can also participate, right, Kim? Is that right? I think that's what that's it. That's the use. Okay. Thank you all again for coming. You guys are welcome to stay and socialize with each other, enjoy each other's presence. Jon, this one goes out to you, brother.